How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's see. Lower Decks, Season 5, Episode 9. Fizzure Quest. Dun, 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 dun. Going up. Up here. Yes, Lola. Yes, Lola, I know. Everybody wants to see Lola, so we'll do that. Yeah, my light's out back there. What the hell? Anyway, how is everybody? Hope you guys are good. Welcome back to another Thursday First Reaction with the Captain about a really great episode. Probably one of the best episodes, definitely of the season, but also of Lower Decks. Legacy characters returning. To Paul, they got Jolene Bollock back, or Blakelock, whatever her name is. They got her back. Balak. Anyway, she's back, and she hasn't acted or done anything for years, so that was a great get. They got Bashir, Alistair Siddig, whatever the hell his name is. They got him back. They got Andrew Robinson, Garrick back. They got Garrett back for Ensign Kim. My God, they got Lily from First Contact. I was never the biggest fan of Lily character, but I love this idea of, instead of warp drive, they actually have an interdimensional drive, and that's their way of exploring. That's friggin' great. So anyway, let's see. Ascend Imperial Frost first. George Mangrum second. Fleet Admiral Levi. Thirds. Chuck is here. Good to see you, Chuck. Hope you're well. Marco, Captain, you were very close to the prediction about Harry Kim. He wasn't the one who caused it, but he is involved. Yeah, and Lieutenant Kim, not a great guy, gotta say. He's definitely not our Harry Kim. She's helping. But anyway, yeah, I thought it might be a Harry Kim that was doing it. Turns out it wasn't, but we still got an evil Harry Kim. My God, there's so much to talk about with this one. It's just a great episode. There's so much to love in it. I love the Defiant class, the Anaximiter, whatever. I can't remember the ship's name offhand. I have it written down downstairs. I've said it a few times already today, but anyway, yeah. And the ring ship, interdimensional ship, cool. What's not to love, honestly? It's great. It's great. Nothing else to say. That's it. Rick says, if someone had told me this crew would be real, I would ask which fanfic he got the idea from. Oh, 100%. Lola. Hi. You okay? Your audience, your people want to see you. Marco, this one was awesome. Yes. Olivia throws in $2 and says, Puggy. Marco, she's adorable. She is adorable. Just she's adorable. They love you. Yes. Imperial Frost. I'm at work writing the next installment of my story, taking a break to watch you and the Game Awards and play some Fallout 4, thinking of possible dimensional stuff for parts 16 to 20. Nice. Awesome. Keep up the writing, man. Darth Maul, this was a great Lower Decks episode. Having Jolene back was surprising. Jolene. She didn't sing Dolly Parton, but that's okay. Sergeant Montgomery, I love this episode. Totally wish we had more quantum reality episodes. Too bad silly corporations wreck it for the fans. Yes. No, it was a fantastic episode from beginning to end. The only thing is, we're not seeing our main characters from this show at all. Rutherford and Tendi have been severely lacking this whole season. The last episode we had, excuse me, pardon my burping there. But the last episode we had, episode 8, Upper Decks, didn't even focus on our people. This one has them again bookending the episode like they did last episode, with the beginning and the end. And I have a feeling the next episode is going to focus way more on them, because I also kind of suspect it's going to be a pretty quick wrap up to this whole thing, and we're going to get a proper send off for the crew. So yeah, I don't know. I just hope it's not another Enterprise type deal where it's kind of like the last episode was good but disrespectful a little bit. I don't think that's going to be the case. Not with Mike McMahon. But yeah, I think the next episode might be a pretty quick wrap up. Have that story kind of wrapped up within 10 minutes, and then have the last half of the episode, whether it's 28 minutes like this one was, or maybe a little longer. I would love to see. I would love to see that. I'd love to see a quick wrap up to this one, at the beginning of the next one, and then some more lower deck stuff, you know? So anyway. Orlandian Productions, leave it to Lower Decks to bring in an obscure Trek design and give it much needed love. The ring ship, yes. It's not the Enterprise ring ship. It's not the same design. But yes, to have a ring ship there is, in fact, pretty cool. And it is a neat design. And to see it land. And another thing, the Defiant class landed with landing legs, a loading thing, an elevator type deal, even though that comes right out of the shuttle bay. But that's fine. No, it was great. This brought so much to it. And Curzon Dax in this episode was voiced by the actor that does Shax. So that's also like pretty cool. So anyway, let's see. Fleet Admiral Levi says, I didn't realize that I wanted to see William Boimler go on multi-universal adventures. That possibility is open. Yes. And I love how he's like, there's a new face palm meme for him. He's like, ugh, I hate multi-dimensional stuff. That was great. Eric Martin is here. Bonjour. Bonjour. La 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 la. Bonjour. Merci beaucoup. I don't know the Frenches. Jace Bales. It was the USS Beagle, wasn't it? Isn't that from the ancient Rome planet from TOS? Yes, it was. It was the Beagle. They didn't say USS Beagle. They just said Beagle. So I don't know if it's technically a USS, but yes, and yes, it is also from Bread and Circuses. Darth Maul. It's sad Lower Decks is ending. It feels to me like the soul of the series got sucked out because of it. Okay. Pure Frost. Okay, back to writing. Okay, see ya. Marco. Since Clone Boimler has a black badge, do you think this hunting operation was organized by Section 31? 100%. It's clearly stated, essentially, in his opening captain's log, where he says, although I can't tell you about the organization that sent me on this mission, I can tell you about my crew. So yeah, of course he's talking about Section 31. We know he got recruited by Section 31. So... Mr. Ree. I like Star Trek, but Lower Decks is pure Zoomer slop. Wow. I don't even know what the fuck a Zoomer is, so. Darth Maul. Getting Lily back was a surprise, and they did something. They did indeed do something. Yeah, having her back was a absolute surprise and kind of a delight, honestly. I like that they have their own prime directive for we can't interfere with any culture that doesn't have its interdimensional travel. It was great, and I'm sure you don't find many of those. So, yeah, interesting. Kashink was a good episode. Was. Montgomery Mako XCV 330 variant for the win. Also cool how it landed. 100%, yeah. Landing configurations for both ships were cool. Orlandian Productions, my main issue is that we spent most of the episode with Teleclone Boimler and Nerd Alt Mariner. Marinerd? Human version of Worf. Yeah, yeah. It could be a Borgified Kirk or, a human version of Worf. Fleetpaw, ooh, I can't send a super chat on my laptop. No. Why not? That your new laptop? Did you not set it up properly? What's going on? But anyway, no, I thought it was a great episode. Like I said, best of the season, hands down. Best of the series, it's definitely up there. Could be some argument as for which, if it is best of the series or the whole show. But definitely bringing the legacy characters back was a thing that was needed and appreciated. And I'm so glad that we got as many as we did because that was pretty cool. Will there be more next episode? Possibly. Because now that Boimler in our universe has the information, they might need help because it's only the Cerritos, right? So they might call in Geordi or B'Elanna to help solve the issue. That would be also very cool. I think that's something that Lower Decks would probably do. So I'm hoping that we get more legacy characters going forward with the next episode. Who knows? Who knows though? Not a band account. Member for 33 months at the rank of lieutenant. Thank you so much, Lieutenant. Good evening, Captain. Can we expect the Academy show to be darker and sexier than the Section 31 movie? Maybe college-style drama mixed in? No idea. No idea. I don't think it'll be dark. I don't think it's going to be a dark show. Sexier is fine. But I don't know. Fleet Admiral Levi, I wanted to see when Lily came from. Or where Lily came from. Fleetpaw, because Google wants to override Apple when it comes to whose payment takes precedent. Fucking POS. Calm yourself, Fleetpaw. Darth Maul, wasn't Strange New Worlds in animated form coming back this season? Strange New Worlds in animated form. I mean, there could be some kind of animated segment or episode of Strange New Worlds this season. I have no idea. That'd be interesting because they did the live action Lower Decks on Strange New Worlds, so that'd be kind of a cool thing to do. It's not outside the realm of possibility. Darth Maul. Oh, just read that one. Never mind. Sorry. Orlandian Productions. For all we know, Chief O'Brien shows up in the last episode. That would also be fantastic. First time I watched it, I didn't think Bashir sounded like Bashir. Second time I watched it, I definitely did. Especially if you kind of look away or close your eyes, you can hear Bashir behind it. I wasn't sure if DePaul was actually the Jolene. It was great to see that it was, but it didn't really sound like her necessarily. Garrick was good. Kim was good. Kim sounded like him. Lily absolutely sounded like Lily. So the voice work was good as well. But yeah. Fleetpaw, thankfully MacBook has iPhone mirroring, so just 1 second. Well, there you go. Fleet Admiral Levi, when she came from. She looked like an older version of her character. The uniform implies she's much older than I think, though. Well, it's also a different universe, so who knows when the Federation was founded. Me and Sam have this conversation in our review tomorrow, as well as an upcoming episode this weekend, which guys might want to check out about that specific thing. Because the uniform and the era of the ship, like the bridge, is pretty much a carbon copy of the NX-01 bridge, save for the Situation Room thing at the back, which this one didn't have. Also, the LCARs or the computer displays were completely not that era. They were more of a movie era type computer displays, same kind of design language, same kind of colors, the black with the blue and the greens, and it looked fantastic. So yeah, there's a lot of weird anomalies with that, which we kind of talk about in an upcoming episode. So make sure you're subscribed and notified so you don't miss that. By the way, guys, hit like. We have 34 people here and 19 likes. By all means, hit that like button and get those likes up to 50. I want to get 50. So yeah, hit the like button. Fleetpaw, $2. Have no fear, Fleetpaw is here. Effing Google. You're effing Google? I don't want to hear about that. Peter Lukaku, ha ha ha, so many ramen noodles and sushi because of all the hairy Kims. I noticed both of those, but I didn't know that was a reference to Harry Kim. So anyhow, no, I don't know what else to say about this episode. It was fantastic. We will be doing our complete review and breakdown of this tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so join us for that. Our edited review will be out earlier in the day tomorrow, so check that out as well. Come to both. Check out both if you're able to, but we want you to participate and put in your thoughts as well. So also here, if you have any thoughts, by all means, feel free to throw them my way, or if you want to super chat, I appreciate that as well. You certainly don't have to, but I do appreciate it. So yeah, this. Oh my god. There's going to be quite a bit to talk about tomorrow, is what I think. So, by all means, come and check out the videos. And let us know your thoughts. We want to hear what you guys thought about this episode. I know I'm going to be ranking it pretty high, not just for the legacy characters, but I mean, that definitely helped. But just because it's an interesting story. Not inventing warp drive, but inventing interdimensional travel, and that's how they explore. I thought that was fantastic. Makes me wonder if they do have warp drive. They probably do, considering there are Vulcans on board, and it's also a ring ship. Vulcans do use warp rings, and for the ring ship Enterprise, that was part of the lore that it was made in conjunction with the Vulcans. So it's an interesting idea that they might have warp and interdimensional, or it could be that because, as I said, all the dimensions or universes are like bubbles in a bubble bath. Some are smaller, some are bigger. That could explain the time jumps, because T'Pol she should look a lot older in this era. But if they got her from a dimension that time moves differently, and when they snagged her, it was, you know what I mean? Like different sized bubbles or universes could have different time. Would also explain Lily as well. But no, it could mean even if they don't have warp or not high warp, they can still explore. Because every time they open a rift, it takes them to a different part of the next universe, wherever that adjacent bubble, for lack of a better term, is actually touching. It could, I don't know. There's lots to talk about. It was wild. Looking forward to those episodes. Fleet Admiral Levi, yeah, I'd wonder if it's not Starfleet, but Quantum Fleet or something. Something like that. Like, I love their kind of alternate take on the Prime Directive. Peter says, still watching the episode, but it's definitely up there as one of the best of the season. 100%. Time is the fire that burns. It is. It burns. Time is the fire in which we burn, is the actual saying. But yeah. Engineer Mariner. I love that. Boimler's like, wow, you're really good at engineering. Does that surprise you? Sorry. But having this Boimler missing everybody, missing Mariner, missing Rutherford and Tendi, and him being like, I'm just so happy you're here. He's very dissatisfied, I think, with what he's been doing. Even though he is captain, he doesn't have his friends. So yeah, I don't know. I liked this new Mariner. I liked that she was upset that she was in a prison cell. I've never been in a prison cell before. It was kind of funny because that's one of her favorite places, is to be in the brig. So, I'm not as adventurous as your Mariner. It's kind of cool to see. Um, let's not destroy all of the different realities. Let's just destroy one. Send it to my friends. I trust them. Mariner's even like, why would you do that to your friends? Because he trusts them. He knows that they'll get the job done. Unless, I piggyback the signal to my Boimler in my universe. He'll be able to handle it. Will he? Not, yes, unless he freaks out. I thought that was fantastic. And I was so upset that was the end. At least it is to be continued. So we'll see the conclusion next week. I don't know if this one will be better or worse based on the second one. We find a lot of times two-part episodes can, the second part can either make or break. I don't know. I'm interested to hear your thoughts as well, guys. So, Smart Smears, I really like the Section 31 Boimler. It wasn't evil in the slightest. Also, loved seeing the alternate Starfleet justify their own form of exploration. Yeah, absolutely. And it's the same thing. Like she even says, meeting aliens is fun, but it's all about learning more about ourselves. How many times has that been said in Star Trek? That is the thing that exploring allows us to do, whether it's exploring new worlds and new civilizations. It teaches us about ourselves. And I think the message in this one was really good. Also, it establishes that T'Pol and Trip from their universe were married for 63 years. So Trip didn't die, which is great. Holographic Bashir and Garrick. Bashir was clearly never gay. He was just a horn dog for any female that came on board. Garrick, of course, you kind of got the idea that he might be, and Andrew Robinson himself said it in the Deep Space Nine documentary, What We Left Behind. He played Garrick from minute one, like he wanted to fuck Bashir. They were thinking about writing that into the storyline, like he was interested in Bashir, but Bashir didn't reciprocate. But they got cold feet. The producers got cold feet and backed out, and so they never went that way. And then they brought Ziel on board Deep Space Nine, and they had that kind of thing going on with Garrick. It's not what Andrew Robinson wanted necessarily, but it's the way it ended up, just because of politics and things like that at the time. So, for good or bad, the holographic Bashir and surgeon Garrick was kind of fun to watch. So not really necessarily needed in my opinion, but a lot of people have been wanting to see that relationship for years. So it's kind of good that they did it. I think it's funny. Not funny, but I think it was fun is what I meant to say. All right. Peepaw, I know I fucked that quote up. Smart Smears, I wonder if the fact that the aliens on the Bog planet were devolved is going to tie into the plot. I don't think so, no. It's just a alternate reality of the ones from our universe that are gentle and peaceful, so. But yeah. I've said a lot in this first 24 minutes. Is there anything the class would like to say? Anything anybody would like to bring to the table discussion-wise? I think I've covered everything-ish. Like I said, seeing the new ship, the Defiance class, that phaser strip along the front, that was cool. And like I said, the landing sequence, well, we didn't get to see the sequence, but we saw it landed with the landing legs and stuff. And it makes perfect sense. The Defiant's not a big ship, so it makes perfect sense that it would be able to land on a planet's surface. I'm kind of disappointed we never saw it in Deep Space Nine, if I'm honest. But it was cool to see it here. It establishes that they have it, so. on. Admiral Levi says, next year I'm getting demoted to commander. Why? Mark Lawrence, $20. Thank you so much, Mark. Lower decks, lower decks. This was a great episode. Just got back from my old high school ceremony for the auditorium remodel. Actor and Star Trek alum Tony Plana was there, and he's a sponsor for the Broadway Now program. I have no idea who Tony Plana is, so I'm sorry, Mark, but that's pretty cool, I guess. It was a landing beauty shot. Yeah, 100%. Smart Smears. I'm predicting that they might bring in a Discovery or Prodigy alternate character next week, since they're now the only ones that haven't had characters in Lower Decks yet. I don't think they'll do Discovery, and they definitely won't do Prodigy yet. Like I said, I'm hoping they bring in somebody like Geordi or B'Elanna to help them solve the problem from our universe in the next episode, because I think B'Elanna would be awesome to have back. But yeah, they won't do anybody Discovery. They're just not going to do that. Canadian Starships, good evening. Amazing what they can get away with when it's an animation, eh? Yep. That's why this show has so much potential, and it's such a shame that this is the last season. Only one more episode left, and that's depressing to say. Although, who knows what can come down the pipes a few years from now. Maybe a streaming platform movie of Lower Decks would be great. I don't know. I want to continue to see more adventures with these characters. So, but yes, good to see you, Canadian Starships. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, no, fun episode. Part 2, I think, is going to focus way more on our actual characters, because, like I said, Tendi and Rutherford have been very underserved this entire season. Tendi got a lot more than Rutherford's had to do. Tylin's also very just out of the loop, unfortunately. And Boimler and Mariner, they're the stars of the show, let's be honest. So they've got stuff to do, obviously. However, the last episode 8, Upper Decks, bookended by these characters, but the whole episode was they weren't in, essentially. Same with this one. Yes, we got our alternate Boimler, our transporter clone, William Boimler, but it's not quite the same. Same with the Mariner, Engineer Mariner. So I'm hoping that, as much as I love seeing all these legacy characters back for this one, how big a part they'll have to play next week, I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure they will cut back to them. But like I said earlier as well, I kind of am expecting that this plot will be finished within the first 5 or 10 minutes of the next episode, kind of wrapped up, and then we can have like a proper Lower Decks send-off. I'd even be happy. This episode was 28 minutes long. I'd even be happy if the next episode is 35. Give us a little bit of extra time at the end to have and apparently, from what I've heard from Jack Quaid and Mike McMahon, is that the show and the characters absolutely get a proper, good, well-deserved send-off. So I'm looking forward to that. They had the time to do it, knowing that they weren't going to have any other seasons. So hopefully it's good. I don't know, man. I know that most of these episodes were written and, in production when they found out that this was in fact going to be the last season. So it's not like they could really change the whole season. But I hope they get a proper send-off, and I'm sure they will. That's why I said I think a little bit longer episode next time, as well as having this story wrap up like at least at the halfway mark of the next episode, and then have an actual It'd be cool if they call in our Harry Kim. Honestly, that'd be another great way to end this. Call in our Harry Kim from our universe to help them solve the problem, and then as a result of that, he gets promoted, maybe an honorary promotion to captain or something, to kind of be the icing on the cake of this ride of lower decks, because lower decks is about the ensigns, about the lower deckers, right? So it would be fucking epic to have the final bit be the ultimate lower decker ensign get his due, but at the same time that would take a lot of the, how do I word this, I think it would turn the show into a direction that we don't want to go, because it would be, like I said, it'd be like Enterprise. That episode with, the TNG stuff with Riker and Troy was great. And it would have been an awesome mid-season episode. But to be a series ender, not just a season ender, but a series ender, it's a little disrespectful to the crew and cast of Enterprise. And that's been brought up a lot over the years. So including Harry Kim in the way I just said might take kind of the wind out of the sails of the lower decks a little bit. And I don't think that Mike McMahon would ever do that. So I don't know. I want to hear what you guys have to say about that kind of stuff. So Canadian Starships. Here's hoping we get not quite as lower decks as the new show, all the same characters. Yeah, that'd be cool. Smart Smears. I rewatched the Starbase 80 episode and was thinking about how it was, if it was live action, the Starbase would have just been redressed Strange New World sets. Yeah. Mark Lawrence, maybe the Soliton wave gets pushed forward in time and the contributing factor of the severity of the burn, so it isn't just psionic. Trying to solve the problems of Discovery. Marco, and Archer was a nerd. Yeah, he was the OG Starfleet nerd, as Sylvia said when we watched it. Fleet Admiral Levi, on my channel, I'm going to have a running gag where I never actually captain, or never actually, oh my god, explain why I got demoted to commander. I'll upgrade my membership here to reflect the change too. Okay. Fleet Paw. I am just hoping that Netflix picks them up, or maybe Paramount renews them as a live action. They're not going to renew it as live action. I have hope for the former, but don't hold my breath for the latter. Yeah. Chris Bruce says, I love this so much. Same. Fleet Paw, I refuse to watch These Are the Voyages after the Archer going to give his speech to the Federation scene. I'll skip ahead to space, the Final Frontier part. I don't do that. You're missing out on still a lot of good Trek there. To refuse to watch something. I think you've been watching Arena Mod long enough that you know how I feel about people that just skip certain episodes or scenes because it doesn't interest them. That's not how you should be consuming that media. But I mean, you do you, whatever. But yeah. Matthew Lebner, good evening, Captain and Trekyards. This was one of the best episodes this season. Very Star Trek. It was Star Trek dipped in Star Trek, sprinkled with a little bit of Star Trek, sprinkles on top. Good tea, nice house. Riker grows a beard and TNG takes off. Boimler grows a beard and the series ends. LOL. I'm sure that's a gag within the writer's room. Possibly. Mr. Captain 93, great friggin' episode. Loved all the guests. Yes. Chris Bruce, well, so far I have watched this twice. I watched it 3 times at this point, just because I have to. And it actually gets better and better each time you watch it. You don't have the surprises of the first watch through, obviously, but there's so much here to love. Like, man, it's just seeing that Defiant model. My God, looks fantastic. I'm kind of upset it doesn't have any registries on it or the name of the ship, but it is Section 31, so kind of makes sense. And the ring ship, also fantastic design. Like, Fleet Paw, I just hated how they did Enterprise dirty like that. It was in such poor taste. Wasn't meant to be, though. Rick Berman and Brian Braga both have apologized since then. I thought they were doing something totally epic and awesome for the fans, and it kind of backfired. So it was definitely not the intention when they did it. So Chris Bruce, I love the Defiant in this. The Section 31 paint job gives Section 31 shields from STO. So good. So good. Matthew Lebner, do we think we will get even more cameos next week? And who's on your list? I've already talked about this, Matthew. Yes, I think there might be, but it'll be from our universe. So I'm thinking either our Harry Kim will show up to save the day, or we're going to get maybe B'Elanna come back, Geordi, one of the kind of problem solvers that can come back and maybe save it. I think there'll be at least one more, possibly two more cameos. I'd be happy if there were no more at this point, honestly, because I did not expect all of these in this one episode. But I think there will probably be at least one, possibly two more, yes. Captain Corky, I absolutely loved hearing the voices of so many beloved actors return to Trek. This one was really good. Yes, absolutely. Mark Lawrence, immediately thought you'd like the ring ship as soon as I saw it. Attaboy. Chris Bruce, yeah, Section 31 wouldn't really follow the whole registry and name on the hull. Yeah. Mr. Captain 93, fantastic to see T'Pol return. Bashir and Garrett, classic. I wonder if they fix the mistake and bring in Terry Farrell as Dax. There is an opening. There is an opening. And you could absolutely bring her back. Oh my God, now I'm disappointed they didn't. It would have been great to have a Jadzia Dax on board, as well as a Curzon Dax, both with the symbiote. Wow. And yeah, because different dimensions, same people, different situations. There's a transporter replica of Troy from this Mariners universe that was stranded on a planet for years. It's exactly the same as the Riker situation. So yeah, now I'm mad. Now I'm mad they didn't do that, man. Mr. Captain 93, why'd you have to say that? T'Pol did do a mind meld, though. Got the Katra of Dax, which is a couple lifetimes. And who knows where that's going to go next episode. It could go to Jadzia Dax, honestly. There could be a Jadzia Dax from another... I don't know, man. Yeah. I'm just kind of upset now that you said that, because there could have absolutely been a Jadzia Dax in this. And Terry Farrell would love to do it, too, so... Man. Mark Lawrence, or the most important person in Starfleet history, O'Brien. Yeah, O'Brien, bring him back. Something like that. They've already done a few Voyager people. They've already done a few, Deep Space Nine. So somebody had mentioned earlier if they would bring in anybody from Discovery or Prodigy. Discovery maybe in some form because but Prodigy they would not, no. Marco, I love they use both purple season 1 of Enterprise and blue jumpsuits from the NX era season 4. Yeah, Sam pointed that out to me. I didn't notice that, but yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't notice it the first time, is what I should say. Yeah, that was fantastic. And not a lot of people are going to notice that, so I'm glad you caught it. I didn't. Like I said, I was oblivious to that. Sam mentioned it, and I was like, really? And when I watched it again, I'm like, oh, good job. Fleet Paw, Terry would have probably loved to have come back to do that. Oh, 100%. Yeah, she would be all about that. And I would have loved that. Don't get me wrong. I think everything we got was great, and it was above and beyond what I expected. So, but, yeah. I've said so much during this live. It's probably going to be a shorter live. just for the record, guys. But yeah, if there's anything else you guys want to say, speak now or forever hold your peace, because I'm probably going to wind it down soon. I know it's shorter than usual, and it should be longer because of everything that happened, but I've just been yammering nonstop about it, and I've kind of got it all out there. So if there's anything you guys specifically want to ask me or have me talk about, by all means throw it in or super chat in as well. It all helps out. So just be part of the conversation, guys. Matthew Lebner, how about a Kirk, Archer, Spock on different versions of the Enterprise? We don't need to pander that much. I don't need Kirk and Spock. Archer, though, hell yeah. I would love to have Scott Bakula come back. Yeah, 100%. Log to the base 2. The multiverse stuff was a load of fun, but next week has to be about main characters, no cameos to sort it out. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It does have to be about the main characters, because as I said, the last episode, episode 8, Upper Decks, they weren't really in it. They bookended it. Same with this one. So yeah, it's kind of like a little, not disrespectful, but it just seems like we're not getting our main characters, if you know what I mean. So yeah, they definitely have to be focused on and get a proper send off. So, Mr. Captain 93, isn't it great to have a Trek episode that just has everyone buzzing with excitement? Yeah, it's fantastic. I've had a pretty positive day all day today because of this, and it's great. Chris Bruce, how was the Odyssey? How has the Odysseus? How has the Odysseus go over for the new skin variants for STO been going? I have no idea what you're talking about. I haven't played STO in a long time, so I don't know what you're talking about. Mr. Captain 93, were you hoping or fearing they'd throw in Kelvin's Kirk or Spock? I didn't even think about them once, so no. How is the new Odyssey go? I don't know what you're talking about, Chris. I don't know which new Odyssey you're talking about. Fleet Paw, Lower Decks is awesome for that, Mr. Captain. Chris Bruce says brain fart. Yeah, well, I don't know what you're talking about, so I don't know how to answer your question. Can you mean the new Odyssey class? I don't know. I think they updated the model. I don't know how it's going over though. I don't know. I don't know what you mean specifically. So, and sorry, also today's not in the ready room with the L cars behind me, but today felt to me to be a library kind of day, and so that's why I'm here. But yeah, so in summation, I'd say check out our review tomorrow. There will be an edited review in the afternoon, and then at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll do a complete review and breakdown of this. And I know me and Sam are going to have a lot to talk about. So please join us for that. We want to hear your input as well. And yeah, I mean, when I woke up this morning, I did not expect us to watch that and have it be that good. I was kind of, with the way the rest of the season's gone, I was kind of like, we'll see what happens. And I know Jack Quaid in an interview before the season started said there's going to be so many legacies, you guys are going to be blown away. You're not going to believe your what's going on. And it's like, okay, well, we got this episode 8, right? Or episode 7. Episode 8. And all we had was Data. We had, and I'm drawing a blank. There was another one. We had a few legacies, and we were like, it's kind of underwhelming. And then get this many in one episode was fantastic. So. The Enterprise F from Picard. Oh, STO has the skin for it. It got added to the game. Might be a good video to do. Oh, we'll see. Mr. Captain 93, can't wait for your in-depth review. Thank you. Matthew Lebner, I love this show for mostly not being afraid to do callbacks to characters you do recognize do not realize you missed. Yeah, and getting the original actors to voice them, 100%. Chris, let's see you around. See you around, man. Tim Rose, like and subscribe. This man has pugs to feed. That's true. I do, and they're cute too. Good night, Captain. Always a pleasure to hang with you and the Trekyards family. See you later, Matthew. Purple Data, yes. Fleetpaw, $2. Thanks for being so fucking awesome, Foley. Thank you, Fleetpaw. Much appreciated. And congratulations, by the way, on the thing you were telling me about earlier. That's awesome. Evil Kim, long live the pugs and Dot. Yes, Ozzy, yes. Not really evil Kim. He's just kind of evil. Yeah, he's kind of evil. You're right. Anyway, really dry throat. Maybe we get Janeway to kick Evil Kim's ass. Who knows what anything can happen in the last episode. And I think there will be at least one, if not two more cameos in the last episode. Who knows? Who knows? I can believe it, Fleetpaw. His twins, we're all gonna die. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I think I'm gonna call it there. I'm gonna have a short one tonight. I got a thing to do, and I've run out of things to say because I've talked, like I said, nonstop for this whole thing, and yeah. So thank you guys for watching. By all means, check out our edited review tomorrow afternoon, and check out our full, complete breakdown review live tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're able to make it, I appreciate it, and I'll see you then. And check out our content on the weekend as well. So anyway, until next time, I gotta go. Until next time, I'm Captain Foley, and thank you for watching this first reaction review to Lower Decks Season 5, Episode 9, Fizzure Quest. So anyway, have a good one, guys, and see you guys soon.